Okay. All right, please tell me that this is a little bit better. Okay, hopefully we got a good connection. I don't know, something's a little funkalicious if mine froze a couple times. So I switched up a little Wi-Fi action and hopefully this is working a little bit better. Thank you guys for bearing with me. Thanks for being patient. Hey, Christina, how you doing? Hey, I see you. Okay, we seem good. Seem like our connection is okay. Okay, we're good. Okay, okay. What do you guys think? Connection is okay? Can you? Uh, uh, yeah, uh, joke you. That was me. Oh, snap. That's funny. Okay. We seem like we're good. Thanks for the hearts again. If you guys would like to invite people, I invite you. You can swipe up on Android, swipe to the right on, and then do. Okay. Let's rock and roll in the free one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today, um, yeah, yes. Okay. I got some funny comments here. Okay, so today, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing all about vitamins. This is a big topic. Big topic. Should I take one? How much should I take? What's a good one? What's the good? What's the bad? What's the downright ugly and toxic? And what's a bunch of bull? Because there's a whole bunch of it out there. So we're talking about all kinds of fun things. I want to thank all of you very determined live viewers for joining me. Sorry about the little mix-up. And also, I would like to thank all the replay viewers, too. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Quinn Takei. I'm a doctor of oriental medicine, Chinese herbalist. I am a holistic health coach and licensed acupuncturist. And I work with people every day, support them in health to try to enrich their lives, make them better, take them from sickness into health, and basically support people in living a much more balanced, happy, and fulfilled life. That's what I do. That's how I do it. I do it in a couple different ways. Here's some information. This is, first of all, the Center Natural Health Specialist is my clinic here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And also have the opportunity to work with people all over the country and the world. This is my online consulting business, online holistic medicine. So yeah, through those both ways, support people in looking at their health in a completely holistic and natural way, and also help them become healthier using those things. All right, so yeah, thanks for joining me for one of my periscopes here, all about vitamins. Got a couple other really exciting. No, thanks. We got a couple exciting talks coming up here, which I invite you to join me for. Ready? Take a screenshot. Screenshot. Hey, Snap. So we got a couple things coming up here. Total health in 3.5 factors. That's coming up on the July 14th. Probiotics. This is a really big topic. I really encourage everybody to join me. Probiotics are so important and they're so critical. So this is probiotics, the most essential supplement and the biggest waste of money, and it's typically both. And I want you to find out why. Exciting here. On July 20th, remove one word from your vocabulary to change your life. That's right. Move one word from your vocabulary and change your life. And then acupuncture explained. That's going to be August 2nd. And I got all kinds of other fun and exciting stuff that's coming up here too. So yeah, please tune in and join me for those exciting things. But all right, let's get to it. Let's talk about all about vitamins. Okay, it's one thing I love about Periscope in the live format is I'm going to roll and chat on, and you guys, if you can comment, please do like that. That is awesome. You can comment, and if you want to give me a little love, you can just tap the screen and show me the love. Can you feel the love tonight? Thanks, guys. Thank you. Okay, let's talk about vitamins. Vitamins, huge topic, and should you take one? Let's start there. Should you take one? I'll tell you what. Let's save that question for a little bit later, okay? So my feeling is, guys, those of you that have joined me, food is so important to me, okay? Over my years of living, I've really come accustomed to eating. I think it's important. I know some people say it's not. Okay, I'm just kidding. Food is really key. In my clinic with clients, I always look to food as being food is our main medicine, or it is our main poison. In an ideal world, we get everything we need from food. In an ideal world. Yeah, we don't need vitamins, we don't need supplements, we get everything from food. Ideally, however, we most certainly do not live in an ideal world, okay? I got some really interesting statistics here I'd like to share with you. That actually, it's been it's estimated by the U.S. Department of Agriculture that typically food today has at least 25 to 50% less nutrition than it had 50 years ago. 25 to 50% less nutritional value in food today than it had only 50 years ago. To give you some specifics, like just for example, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, comparing food today from food in 1975, 50% drop in the amount of calcium in broccoli. 50% less. There is 88% less iron in watercress than there was in 1975. There is 40% less vitamin C in cauliflower than there was in 1975. So basically, the crops that are grown today are just nutrient poor, and there's a couple reasons for that. And to help you understand that here, I made a couple very exciting and fun visual aids here. So I want to talk about why. So let's talk about, first of all, okay, check out my artistic side. All right, so here we got, this is asparagus if you can't tell, okay? So here we got 1970 asparagus, I'm so strong. Ugh. And here we have 2016, I'm so sad and tired. And yeah, as you can see here, 25 to 88% less nutritional value. Visually explaining. So, okay, so why is that? Well, we got a couple different reasons. So for one, here I got some statistics about world population. I knew about this, but you see it and you're like, what? This can't be real. So here is a graph of the world population. The rating gets pretty small, but basically you can see that in 1960, the world population was about 3 billion people. By 2016, we have more than doubled the world population. 7.2 billion people. You can see this blue line, this spike right here, that's exactly where we are right now. That's nuts. So what that means, looking at another exciting visual aid that I made. This is for you, Muddy, by the way, being the visual. Muddy, great Periscoper. If you guys can follow Muddy Waters on Periscope, he's great. But so this is like how life used to be, right? Like, look at all that farmland, and we got Farmer Joe out there on Farmer Joe's farm growing crops, and the sun's shining, and it's great. So you got one dude, and he's making all these crops, right? But really, what we got anymore is something more like this. So we have so many more people living on the same amount of land, you eating way more crops. So many more people having to have land to live on, and then so many more mouths to feed. So what it's doing is just completely depleting our soil value. Here's some interesting quotes if I could read to you. So this was put out by the Institute for Policy Research and Development. All right, and it says that over the past 40 years, about 2 billion hectares of soil, equivalent to 15% of the Earth's land, area larger than the United States and Mexico combined, has been degraded through human activity, and about 30% of the world's cropland has become unproductive. So we are basically losing the agricultural land, at the same time feeding way, way more people. Now, this was a fascinating statistic. It says, on an average, it takes 100 years to generate 1 millimeter of topsoil. So what that means is soil is therefore effectively a non-renewable but rapidly depleting resource. Think about it. You probably never think about that. Hell, there's dirt everywhere, right? We live on dirt. But the nutrient value, the rich soil, is decreasing more and more and more. It is a non-renewable resource that is essential in nutrition and nutrient value. So basically, nutrient value is it's just so much less in food. I'm so tired today than it used to be. So another really big factor, now we got to look at agricultural practices, which has changed dramatically dramatically in the past 40 years. Agricultural practices has changed. I mean, so this is from, we're talking there, what they've done with waste, what we've done with pesticides, with genetic modification, with food processing, with it used to be that the farmers would grow food, but now, there's very little farmers. Big agricultural businesses come in, really wiped out a lot of the individual farmers, and along with that is just practices for mass production. So soil isn't being renewed the way it used to be. Crops are depleted. The fields aren't being rotated. Soil isn't being given a chance to rest, to regain and have once again the nutrient value it used to have. Nature had it all figured out. You had animals and they go out in the pasture and eat, and then go to the bathroom, and then that's used as fertilizer. And it's just this wonderful reproducing, replenishing the earth. The earth grows, we harvest, we take from the earth. The animals then do their business, and nutrition and fertilizer goes back into the earth. But that doesn't happen anymore. Stuff's grown. It's grown now with pesticides, so we're lacking the replacing of nutritional value is basically what's going on. Let alone, this isn't even accounted for. Like then you're talking about pesticide use, genetic modification. What does that do to the food? We're talking about fast food. We're talking about food that's radiated, that's processed, foods that's shipped from Mexico, food that's coming from all over the place, food that has food coloring. So basically, it's just so much is going on with food that's making food sucks. So much food today sucks. It's lacking nutrition. That is the intent and the goal of food, to nourish our bodies, and it just doesn't have what it used to have. Here's some interesting information too about eating organic, because obviously if you're eating organic, then the fields have to be free of pesticides for I think it's 7 years, I'm not sure, but obviously then it's not being grown with pesticide use. A lot of times it's being grown with fertilizer, like natural, waste, animal waste, manure, and this was interesting. I just found this. I wanted to share this with you on organic farming. Which, how many people are really eating 100% organic farmed food? Not the majority. But this is from the Journal of American College of Nutrition. Okay, and it's talking about organic food, saying that organic farming, that it has much more balanced mixture of nutrients. These foods tend to release nutrients much slower than conventional farming, as in non-organic. Foods that are organic develop a more robust root system, and as a result can more aggressively absorb nutrients from the soil. And those that are organic also produce crops that are higher concentration in nutrient values and phytochemicals. It's also estimated that organic food has as much as 20% higher nutritional content and 20% nutritional content than conventional crops, and 30% higher antioxidants on average compared to those of conventional. So all these things, basically what it means that so often today we are not getting nourished the way we should. Even if one's eating Farmer Joe's food from down the way, typically we're just not getting the nutrition we did 50 years ago. It's an entirely new world. And to me, and I know you guys that have been with me, you've heard me say it, you'll hear me say it again and again, it's this reason that's leading to so much modern day pathology. Stuff that simply did not exist 20, 30 years ago. Think about, food allergies is a really big one to me. Inflammatory bowel disorders, something's aggravating our immune system. When most of us here, we grew up, how many people had allergies, to food? Maybe one kid and 5,000 had a peanut problem. But now it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Peanut, gluten, dairy, eggs, it's everywhere. It's a sign of the times. It's a sign of the times of our food and what it's doing to us. And the bottom line is it sucks. And our immune systems are responding and sending us messages. Okay, so should you take a multivitamin? Yeah, you should, because for the most part, most of us are nutrient deficient. Now, one of those things, let's talk about nutrient deficiency. I want to talk about, so if you look at a vitamin, there's what's called daily value, or RDA, recommended daily allowance and daily value. So somebody might look at, for example, let's take a look at one of the leading brand multivitamins here. So I printed up the information here. This one's on Centrum, and for example, you can be like, so it has a daily value of like, let's say 100%. So let's say, okay, it has a daily value of, let's see, something that's easy. All right, vitamin B12, you need 6 micrograms to have a daily value. So somebody could look at like, the packaging of Centrum and be like, oh wow, 100%, that's great. But daily value, just to be clear, daily value or the recommended daily allowance, RDA, is the amount that our bodies need to not be sick. Okay? So for example, I need the daily amount of vitamin C so I don't get scurvy. Okay? I need at least the recommended daily allowance of vitamin D so I don't get rickets. So daily value and recommended daily allowance is the bare minimum requirements that you need to not be sick from a deficiency of those nutrients. That is a completely different topic than what do you need to thrive and to feel great. So here we got an example, okay? So here we got like daily value, okay, and RDA, and sickness. That's the minimum amount you need to not get sick. Whereas that is a completely different story than what do you need to actually feel good, to heal, to recover, to feel vibrant, to have energy, to overcome sickness, pathology, bacteria, viruses, whatever it is. Completely different story. So you look at some of these multivitamins, especially some of these popular ones, and you're like, oh, this is a great one because it has 100%. That's all I need. That's all you need to like not get a disease. That's completely then what do you need to feel well. So for example, like here we can look at let's look at a couple different vitamins, okay? So here's like a Centrum, for example, and then here's the information on a brand that I will often recommend to clients. Centrum has 100% B12. That's great. That's great. The one I recommend, it has 4,167%. Now again, somebody might be like, what? What the hell? Why does anyone need 4,000% the recommended daily allowance? But again, it's a very big different conversation if we're talking about what do you need to not be sick versus what do you need to thrive. Completely different topics. Okay? That's my business. I'm in the business not of helping people not just barely be sick, but to be well, to be healthy, to thrive, to be energetic. So you can look here like vitamin B2 in Centrum has 76%, pretty good. Whereas in other ones, like the one I would recommend, it has 1,021%. Niacin has 80%. The one I recommend has 188%. So again, you can see very big difference. If you're going to supplement, then make sure you're supplementing well. Don't supplement with crap. So that's like so I want to talk about the daily value because it's a really important concept to keep in mind when entertaining a multivitamin. Okay, again, we're talking about sickness versus thriving and health. Okay, two different topics. So much. Let's talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. There's so many multivitamins that are just downright nasty, and not to pick on the one I was, but I will continue to do so because it's one of the leading multivitamins. How did some of these things become the best-selling multivitamins? I have no clue. I guess I attribute that to good marketing and people not reading labels or really know what they're talking about, which is exactly my intent of doing this Periscope today, to inform you that you understand, well, what are you getting? Supplements vary immensely. They really do. And they're not regulated by the FDA, which is good, but that's bad. You got a lot of companies that produce a lot of stuff, okay? So, most people, you think, well, what multivitamin do you take? The vast majority are taking like Centrum. They're taking one a day. And if we just compare them, there's really not a comparison. And again, like we just went over the daily value therapeutic value of some of the different dosages here. But also, let's take a look at some of the ingredients in Centrum. Read the label yourself. Well, it's got this huge list of stuff. But cornstarch, modified cornstarch, pre-gelatinized cornstarch. That's my favorite cornstarch of all. Hydrogenated palm oil. I I need that. I don't know what the daily value is, like what the minimum requirement I need to have hydrogenated palm oil, but I'm so glad it's in here. Whew, I was scared. Oh, another one. Red 40 Lake. Red 40, that's my favorite food coloring. Um, oh, polyethyl glycol. I love that. Yellow number 6, paired with a red 40 Lake. Those are my two favorite food colorings. Okay, I'm being facetious, but this just has. And by the way, I don't know if any of you guys tuning in here saw the last Periscope I did. It was on 4 foods to never eat again. One of them was hydrogenated oil in this Centrum. Another one was artificial food coloring in this. Why? Why? Why is it in this? This has no nutritional value. It's completely linked to having all kinds of health problems. The hydrogenated oil is going to mess with cholesterol, decrease your body's natural ability to fight inflammation. Amazing what the FDA power. Yes, yes, it is fascinating what is passed and what's not passed. Some would even say behind all of this, what the FDA does and doesn't do is a conspiracy and there's money behind it. Some would say that. Some would say that. Whereas you could look and then, like, this is the, again, the multivitamin that I like. This is the label. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff here, but basically it's got no artificial additives, no allergens, no GMOs, no environmental contaminants, no. So basically, yeah. So it varies a whole bunch. So you got to be cautious with what you're getting. So, let's talk. Another big thing with vitamins is people like, well, I read a study and it says that multivitamins are a waste of time. And I have read those exact same studies. But then you look at them a little carefully. Okay, some of these studies, and you got to look at, okay, who's doing the study, for one. But then a lot of times what they're testing, like I read one, and it's like, I read it in Consumer Reports, and basically it's like, multivitamins, waste of money. I don't know if that was the headline, but it was something like that. Like multivitamins are a waste of money. We did research, and it has no improved value on your health at all. Meanwhile, you read about it, and what are they testing as a multivitamin? Like Centrum, or like one a day, or something like that. And you're like, well, gee, I'm not surprised that there wasn't any change in people's health. But again, multivitamin is so different than, thanks, honey. Multivitamin, it varies immensely. I mean, it really varies immensely. There's stuff out there that's really great quality therapeutic, and there's stuff that has toxic chemicals and poison in it. So you grew, is one a multivitamin and another one's a multivitamin? Yeah, sure. But they're 100% different. Completely different. It's like, is a doctor, is a dentist a doctor and is your gynecologist a doctor? Yeah, they're both doctors. Same difference, right? Doctor's a doctor. No, clearly not. So that's another really big factor to pay attention to when you're looking at testing and value. So basically, let's go back to, should I take a multivitamin? I choose to take a multivitamin. I eat clean, I eat well, and I choose to supplement. I have my children do a multivitamin. Multivitamin is very often prescribed and recommended for my own clients. I think it's important for all the reasons that I had just talked about. So that's kind of, in general, big overview of multivitamins, about the good, the bad, the ugly, what is a daily value, how much do I need, and should I be taking one? Break it down, I am of the opinion, doing what I do professionally, yes. I do believe probably all people could really benefit from a really good multivitamin. And it's not so much a comment necessarily on your diet, it's more on the world we live in. It's on the industrialization of food, it's on the nutrient value of soil, it's on modern day agricultural practices. So I choose to supplement. Now, if you're going to, don't buy crap. Don't buy toxic, nasty stuff. Make sure you're getting something good. If you don't know how and what to look for, then I actually, because I see so many people and so many people ask me so many questions about how do I get a good product or how do I find a good whatever, I've put together a list of products at my Online Holistic Medicine. That's the name of my website, Online Holistic Medicine. I put together a list of products that I have personally handpicked and recommended that I can guarantee the viability of, that I recommend to my clients, and stuff that I take myself. Here is, it's onlineholisticmedicine.com, and you can just go to the store. It has storefront there, and you'll see I actually have two, at least 2 or 3 different multivitamins, and there's different ones for different reasons based on what you need and what you want. But all of them are clean, meaning they don't have blue 40, hydrogenated palm oil, red lake, whatever, polyglycol, whatever. You know, they're clean products. They're gonna work for you, and those are available. It's an online store. You can, you know, go there. You can see what products I have, and you can purchase them right there with the credit card or also through PayPal. So let me make sure I covered everything I wanted to. Yeah, I think I did. So that's some, you know, multivitamins are really, supplementing in general. It's a really big topic. It's a humongous industry. And the truth is there's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad. And unless you really know what you're looking for, there's a lot of bad. You know, unless you really know the therapeutic dosages that you want, the forms you want it, and the bioavailability of forms you like it in, and then you pay attention to stuff you don't want. You know, the nasty stuff, the hidden fillers, the artificial coloring, the I mean, just the stuff, other stuff's in it. You know, a lot of times then you're just really taking toxic stuff, low therapeutic value, and a lot of nasty stuff. Typically, when I see clients, I always ask them, because my goal is to treat clients holistically, as thoroughly as I can. So I definitely want to see, well, what are you eating and what are you putting in your body? So I have them bring in supplements, and usually, you know, I'm really careful. I go through every supplement of theirs, and I break them up into piles of, like, this is a good one, this one is, you can do a whole lot better, finish it up, then let's change it to something that's going to be more therapeutic or cheaper or more bioavailable. And then there's a list of stuff that's like, okay, just stop this now because this is gross. This has a bunch of nasty stuff in it. And it's definitely the majority of products don't fall into this is a really good product. The vast majority of products fall into this is fair, at least it's not going to kill you. And then also in the other category of, like, okay, this is nasty, let's stop this right now because this is not serving you or your health in any way. So, big topic. One that I feel is something that is supplementing, something very easy that you can do that can really impact and improve the quality of your health in a very easy way right away. So obviously I'm a big fan. The thing is, you got to get something that works. You know, if you're going to do it, you got to do something that's of value. All right. So that's my summary to everything, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you guys for being with me. I had a little difficulty getting it up and getting it going, but we got it. We're in it to win it. So again, my name is Quinn Takei. You can check out decent product here at my online store, onlineholisticmedicine.com. Please join me for other upcoming very fun and exciting talks. So I plan to do stuff. Basically, I want to do is support you in all health. So I got stuff that's very specific to food, stuff that we're specific to supplementing, stuff that's going to be a little bit more philosophical and emotional in nature, really just to make us happier, healthier, and more fulfilled. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This has been, let me find my great ending image. This has been all about vitamins with me. Thank you, everybody. And I will see you in cyberspace soon. Stop.